You are not going to believe how cozy this old picnic table became after a makeover and a few beautiful Dollar Tree outdoor DIYs. Hi, I'm Loli. Let's create something beautiful and find a little joy along the way. All right, so you all loved the project that I did with a previous DIY using a reed form and some lights. So we're gonna do it with a solar version. I took this reed form from the Dollar Tree and this chain link hanging basket thing from the Dollar Tree as well, and we're gonna deconstruct it. I measured not four, 8 links from each side, and we removed the rest. And then I took the clip that comes at the end of each one of these chain links from this piece and repositioned them after I removed the remainder chain links. And I repeated this process with the other two, and now they are much shorter. Now we're going to take our reed form and attach these. So we're going to attach these using those hooks. And we're going to hook it to the first, in between the first two from the inner portion of the reed form. And we're going to skip one of the brackets in between. So you see 6 brackets on the ends here. We're going to attach it to 3, leaving 1 bracket in the middle, and look how level that is. Now we're going to flip this over. We are going to add more chain links to this. I'm going to start adding this one on here. It originally had about 12 chain links. I am opening one of the chain links here using my needle nose pliers and just pushing that up so I'm able to loop that right here in between 2 of the 4 little brackets in a circle here on the reed form. And I'm going to remove 3 of these chain links from this piece, leaving 9 behind. So the first one will be 9 links long. I'm going to add these 3 to the next one because it was missing 3. We're going to add 3 to each time we add a chain link to this. We'll be adding a chain link to each one of those cross brackets. And we will be making each one of the chains 3 links longer than the previous one. So in order to achieve this, I have to open it up and then loop it onto that bracket, and then using my same plier, I'm going to close it in place and then continue to do this all the way around. So once this one is 12, for this one, I needed 15. So here you see me counting how many I had, and I had about 12. So I ended up getting 3 that I had left over from a previous chain link and added it to this. And then for the remainder ones, I used another at these chains, and I made it 18 links, 21 links, and then 24 links, and attached them all on there as you see there. The last one though, I was short chain links, so I used the leftover little clips as you see there to make that 3 chain links longer, and that worked out perfect. Then I took some of these new solar lights from the Dollar Tree. I love these, and they are perfect for a bee themed. So I took 6 of these beautiful ones. And we're gonna remove the tag, and these have this little wire here that if you pull it apart, it comes off. So I was able to remove that wire, thread it through the last link of each one of the chains, reposition it in place, and I did that 6 times until each one of these had a solar light attached to them. And that was it for this one. You're not going to believe how beautiful this is. We're gonna go ahead and hang it up outside. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this project? I am in love. I love making things with Dollar Tree balls. We're going to take these 2 balls from the Dollar Tree. They are now $1, and 2 of these candle holders for $1.25. We will be removing the stickers from the bottom of both of these candle holders. Next, I took some of these E6000, and we want to add it to that white portion here, which is actually the bottom of our candle holders. Just be generous, but not too generous. Just add, just a tiny little bead all the way around. I found that it was easier to just bounce up and down as you see me doing there. And that gave me the perfect amount so it will not seep on the edges once I was done. And what I did to this one, I did to the second one as well. Then I took my balls and we're going to remove the stickers off of the bottom of both of them. And then we're going to place our ball right on top of that. It's the perfect fit here at the bottom of this candle holder. We're going to repeat that with the second one as well. We are making a pair of these. My friend, if you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified each time I upload a new video. All these things are free and they mean the world to me. Thank you so much. Once both these were together, we're going to put them to the side overnight and let them dry. The next day, I came in with some of these vintage candles that I had laying around and some of these pebbles that I got from Dollar Tree, the small ones, and then these larger ones in the same color. We're going to start by just adding the small ones, one full pack, into each one of these bowls. One was the perfect amount to have this at the level that I wanted. Then I took these vintage tea light candles. I had these for so long that they're turning yellow, guys, but that's fine. We're going to use it in this channel. We do not waste anything. It still burns the same. So we're going to add 3 of these right here onto here. We just trying to mush them into that gravel-like thing. We did the same thing with the other one here. And then we're going to add some of these bigger little pebbles in between here. I wanted to have that difference in texture. I like the gravel look, but I also like this whole, river rock kind of look as well. So I'm going to just fit some rocks in between so I have the best of both worlds. And what I did to this one right here, I also did to the one right next to it. And that is it for this one. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this project. I love it. My friend, today's video is part of the Talented Creators collaboration, and this month is all about outdoor decor. And this is hosted on the third Saturday of every month by my friend Audia from DIY with Audia and myself, Loli, from Loli These Creations. Please be sure to go over to the link in the description box below and check out the entire playlist and show everyone some love. This one is so easy and fun to make. We're going to start with one of these placemats from the Dollar Tree. We will be removing both of the tags. And then I'm going to take one of these small scissors from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to just put it in between both of the fabrics where the thread is here in the hem of this placemat. And I just undid some of that thread for an amount that will be big enough for me to put my hand through. I ended up making it a little bit bigger later on, but for now we're going to take some of these polyfill that we got from Dollar Tree from $3. And this is a little bit more cost effective than the $1.25 one they have, which is about a third of the size of this. Then I began to stuff this all the way through. I made sure to put the stuffing on all of the corners. I put my hand all the way through and make sure that the corners of the placemat was completely filled. And I continued to do this until I had the entire thing filled. Here at the end, I'm just going to go ahead and take some hot glue to put this together. You can always go ahead and sew it back on. I am not a sew person, so I'm going the easy route with some hot glue. I will just say just be very careful to not add too much because you will have some seeping through. And if you have a very hot summer, you are going to want to go ahead and either use some fabric glue or use some needle and thread. Then I just continue to add more hot glue on the other sections. I went in small sections to make sure that everything adhered correctly, so I was able to hold it in place until the hot glue dried and set. And I did that here on this last end as well. I did have a little bit of hot glue that seeped to the top, but just let it be. And once it's dry, you can just go ahead and just cut it off and you will never know that you had a bleed. And that is it for this one. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this project. I made 6 of them. This project is not only functional, but beautiful. We're going to start with these candle holders from the Dollar Tree. this B team plate from the Dollar Tree, this black and white plate from the Dollar Tree, and this one as well from the Dollar Tree. The B team ones are now at the taping of this video, so run over and grab you some. Now we're going to start with removing the tags from the bottom of both of our candle holders. We want to make sure that we have nothing impeding any glue adhesion. Then I'm going to take some E6000 and I'm going to add it here to the ceramic portion of the candle holder right here at the bottom. We're going to make sure that we are generous, but not too generous that it's going to seep through the sides. This just ensures that we have a nice long-term adhesion. I am choosing to not use any hot glue because sometimes that just creates a barrier for this glue to set. Then I added some more the E6000 to the other side of the candle holder and then place my black and white plate right on top of that. Of course, first I took the sticker off of the back because we don't want that glue to go onto the sticker. My friend, if you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to hit that like button. And while you're there, let me know in the comment section where you're watching from. I love to know how far my videos are reaching. And share because sharing is caring and it helps my channel grow. Thank you so much. All right, next I added some E6000 to the bottom section of the next candle holder, of course, after I remove the sticker. We're going to make sure that we are generous, but not too generous, so we don't have any seep through. Just remember to do that. So I just pretty much just bounce it back and forth, just adding a small amount. Then I'm going to go ahead and place this right at the center of that black and white plate. And once I was happy with the centering of it, I'm going to add some more E6000 to this top layer right here. Again, being generous amounts, generous enough so we have a nice adhesion, but we do not have any kind of bleed or anything dripping down. We want to make sure that this stays nice and clean. Then I remove the sticker from this one as well. I got smarter and I used my heat gun to heat up that glue on that sticker, so it will be a lot easier to just take it right off, just like that. Then I took that plate that says, be kind, and we're going to actually be happy. And we are going to place it right here as well. And we're going to do our best to keep it centered. I'm going to circle it around until I make sure that it's centered. And once I'm happy and I see that both of the candle holders pretty much stagger in the same level, we're going to set it overnight to dry. And that is it for this one. Let me know what you think. We are going to remake this picnic bench that was made with a lot of love by my father-in-law, but it's been out in the weather for a while, so it's time to give it a facelift. I took my sander and I'm going to just give it a nice sanding just to remove any of that mold and mildew that kind of collected on top of it. And I did that on the entire piece. Sometimes it's best to take one of these pieces that have some sentimental value and then just bring them up to the current standards and you can keep it in your life forever. And this is what I ended up with once I was done with all the sanding process. I took a brush and just removed all the sand, any debris from in between all of the planks. And then I came in with this Valspar solid stain that I got from Lowe's. Look how dark and beautiful that looks. And it's all weather and it's guaranteed for 10 years. Look at that. And it's ready for rain. So you can leave this out all year long if you need to. I started with a small brush, I know. But I did that because I wanted to make sure that I got all of the creases first. So I made sure to add the paint all in here and all the creases. And then once I had all the creases filled in, I came in with the big brush and painted the rest. And I did the same thing with the seats as well. And this is what it looked like when I was done. Let me know what you think. Isn't this an incredible transformation? I absolutely love it. And this bench means a lot to me. Wait till the end to see how I styled it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, here are a couple more videos you are sure to enjoy. Thank you so much for stopping by. You're amazing. Bye.